Lion Sage, Stories for Kids. Chapter 16, I'm all right now.
Look at that temple on the hill. Yogaswami, a great sage of Sri Lanka, said, "There is not even one thing in this world that is not perfect." He was right. The world is really a wonderful place, and we are fortunate to be living in it. Just look at that valley and river and mountains. We must all work together to protect the natural world, little mouse. If we live well and properly in the world, we will fulfill our destiny, and a great joy will come. We will then live in a higher consciousness and discover the truth of the statement, "I'm all right now." The first thing to do on the path is to change our way of looking at life. In the beginning, we read a lot of things on the web or in books. A book is a story or sometimes a summary of knowledge. Nowadays, books exist mostly online, but they are still stories and summary. After reading a book, if we are wise, we will decide how it can make our life better. Maybe it will help us to change our beliefs, attitudes, and lifestyle. There are so many wonderful books. We need to choose which ones to read since we can't read them all. Books are important, but even more important is the reader and what he learns from the book. Once we have understood, we can let go of books. We can even write our own books. Books can describe the great path, but only you can actually walk the path into your future. What a great adventure life is, little mouse! Greater than you will find in any book or video or website. Learn to lean on your own spine, little mouse, to be the source of your own strength. Everyone wants to lean on someone else. We lean on our families and teachers. We lean on our friends. For true peace of mind, you must learn to lean on your own spine. This means depending on your own strengths and intelligence to get through experiences. You can start doing this by feeling, "I'm all right now," especially in difficult or challenging times. No matter how big the challenge, even this fierce dragon, you are not afraid. You can face anything. Let's look closer at the practice of leaning on our own spine. As we learned earlier, it means depending on yourself. You are strong when you depend on yourself for support. You are wise if you depend on yourself to solve problems and face challenges. You are peaceful if you depend on the life force or energy in the spine for security. So you can see it is a valuable thing to learn. Sit for a moment, little mouse. Meditate on the spine and the life force flowing through it to reach every cell of your body. That energy is who you really are. Most people on the path say they want to get rid of their desires. It's an impossible battle. Have you ever tried to get rid of a desire? It's better to adopt new and better desires. The old ones will then go away on their own. So if you love to eat sugary candy, but know that is not healthy, you can desire instead to eat dark chocolate, which is good for you. After a while, your love of pure chocolate replaces the desire for sugary goodies. Learning to use desire positively is an advanced lesson on the path. Feeling all right inside ourselves and adopting positive desires leads naturally to meditation. When we begin meditation, we must find a happy place and be among good people. Meditation takes us to that quiet and safe place inside. When we meditate, there is no worry, no fear, no confusion. It is helpful to practice the yoga postures for a few minutes before we meditate. This quiets the mind and relaxes us, gets us ready to sit without moving. When we meditate, the body should be oh so still. The room should be clean and undisturbed. The magical thing is, little mouse, when we meditate, the outside part of our life also becomes better and better and better. The happier we feel inside, the more we experience good things around us. When you come out of your meditation station, you will see things with new eyes, see things you never saw before. That is one of the powers of meditation, to let us appreciate Siva's perfect world. It turns out that if we find the perfection inside ourselves, we realize that same perfection is all around us. In deep meditation, we can see that the world is just as it should be. Birds are migrating, whales are playing, and goats are climbing. Clouds are bringing rain. Some people are spoiling the environment with big ships, and others are finding ways to live that are earth-friendly. In this high place, like being on the top of a mountain looking down, we see the world in a perfect balance, everything working just as it is supposed to. Awareness of Siva's perfect world is found by sitting down and arriving at a state of yoga consciousness within. We can do this in 9 minutes, 9 hours, 9 days, or 9 years. We can take as long as we like. Yogis are never in a hurry. We have all the time we need. After all, if we are living in the eternal now, time is infinite. A lot of mice live in fear each day. Fear of storms, fear of failure, fear of bullies, fear of the unknown. But yogis know how to control their mind, and they are not afraid of life. In fact, they welcome everything that happens. They know that Siva will protect them day and night. We can climb the nearby mountain and see from the top how perfect it is from that point of view. The mystic welcomes the challenges of the world. He doesn't run away. He knows that difficulties bring forth strength. He is always all right now. The mystic knows that most problems are with man and the way he looks at things. He knows he will face the same karma wherever he goes. Karma is the great law that all things, good and otherwise, return to us. So, he doesn't want to run away from the world. He can be as peaceful or as disturbed in New York City as in a remote Himalayan valley.
Once again, Lion Sage has shown Mouse ways of looking at life that he never knew before. For one thing, Mouse is beginning to see that all things in the world are oak, just as they should be. He may not always be able to see that, but he is trying. And fear! Mouse used to be afraid of so many things, but he is learning that yogis control their fear and replace it with trust in the goodness and wisdom of the universe. And for a practice, he could not hope for a better saying than "I'm all right now." When he says those words, suddenly he is peaceful and unafraid. He has tried it 100 times, and it has worked 100 times. He is so grateful to his teacher for these important lessons and wishes everyone could learn how effective they are. And one more thing he is working on: time. Before he met Lion Sage, he thought time was so small and nobody has enough of it. But that's not true. If he is in the eternal now, time is forever, and he has enough to do everything in life that needs doing.